Hello, my name is Alan, and today I'll be offering a proposal on seeking long-run productivity within the Amazon company. So the current issue we are facing as a company with Amazon is we are using the zero-hour policy. This policy basically hires workers on a temporary basis, not ensuring them hours or work days. The idea of this policy is to minimize labor costs in the short run. However, right here I have created a potential long-run production function, Y being our output and L being our labor. And what I've noticed is that this policy actually creates issues in the long run that could be detrimental at Amazon. So the PO is our initial standpoint of our production function. And the first effects of the policy I noted were that what it does is it increases our turnover rates, and therefore we need to constantly hire new workers. And these are unnecessary expenses that could be minimized or rid of completely if we get rid of this zero-hour policy. And turnover costs are costly to the firm because we have to hire more human resource management, orientation fees, and we get workers that are not as productive as long-term workers because they don't have the accumulated skills within the warehouse. Additionally, we can see that from P1 to P2, there's another decrease in our production function. And this is a result from a decrease in our investment in human capital. Workers who are hired on zero-hour policy are unsure of where their next source of income may come from. Therefore, they have this stress and anxiety as, how am I going to pay for my bills or, feed my kids? And so they are unable to focus on their job and accumulate skills that are necessary to increasing our production function. Not only that, workers who feel that they're being treated poorly by the firm or unfairly are more likely to be less productive than workers who are happy. Happy workers are more productive. Intuitively, less happy workers are less productive. So just summarizing what I was discussing about earlier, the outcomes in the long-run production function regarding the zero-hour policy increases our unnecessary spending, therefore our expenses go up, and human capital decreases. So intuitively, labor as well decreases. So my remedy for this issue, the zero-hour policy, is the efficiency wage theory. This theory was developed by Alfred Marshall in 1890. He also wrote the book, The Principles of Economics. And it's been heavily researched by well-known economists, Carl Shapiro, professor at Berkeley, and Joseph Stiglitz, professor at Columbia University. So what I have here presented is the efficiency wage theory model. Basically, the inputs are worker effort and real wage. As real wage increases, the worker effort increases as well. This model goes off the assumption that all industries pay the equivalent wage, so therefore if one industry, such as us, Amazon, increases our wages, then we can reap several benefits from this increased wage. So as we can see here are the effects of the efficiency wage theory within Amazon. The first one is worker loyalty increases because as wage goes up, workers are more likely to stay with our firm because we offer more competitive and better wage than other firms. Not only that, we are allowed to choose the best and the brightest of the labor market because we do offer the higher wages. In addition to that, worker morale goes up. It's kind of known, as Stiglitz mentions throughout his lectures and his books, monetary incentives are an easy way to increase the happiness of a worker. And as I stated earlier, happy workers are more productive. Not only that, labor market, their health goes up because they have more disposable income to allocate towards their health care and better foods that can allow them to be more healthy and productive. And lastly, it reduces shirking, otherwise known as slacking on the job. Workers acknowledge that if they are fired, they aren't able to find the same competitive wage as Amazon allows. So here's the forecasted annual budget as a result from this efficiency wage. The estimated increase is about $75 million. However, although this number may be large, Amazon's most recent revenues reported close to 89 billion. So therefore, if we put this number into context, it's actually 0.08% of our company's revenues, which isn't actually that much. Aligning my proposal with the same philosophy that Bezos carries, we should seek long-run productivity over short-run productivity. The investments in the labor force isn't considered lost causes, it's considered reinvestment in human capital. Ultimately, I feel that this idea will seek the best value for the Amazon company in its long run.